Hello, happy magical Monday. We are here for our Monday morning meditation. We're going to talk about negativity. We're all around it, right? We feel it. It's everywhere right now. Some of us can feel uneasy this new year, and it's important to know to release that negativity. Don't let it keep a hold on you. We have to stay positive no matter your circumstances. So we are going to be here for a little positivity meditation. So I will let a few people join in and we will get started. Is anyone else tired of all the negative? Me. Does anyone else think that their brain is overloaded with negativity? Me. So we are going to do a meditation to help with negativity. It's time for a change. And if you can't change what's around you, you have to change your mindset. And that's really the important lesson that we're going to work on today is if we can't change the negativity around us, we can change our mindset, right? I know it's cliche to say to just be kind, but we have to be kind. Just because people are not being kind doesn't mean that we have to change. And I think that is something that's really important with what's going on in the world is, no matter what, choose kindness. It always comes back. So let's sit down and get rid of some negativity in the mind. We are going to wiggle down. Getting the shoulders over the hips. Lifting the chin slightly. Take a deep breath. The mind can be a scary place, especially when the world is kind of crazy. We don't want to sit with all these negative thoughts. We want to find ways to release them, let them go, and focus on the good in life. We all have good and we all have bad. And I think part of what is going on is everybody thinks that they're the only ones that have bad. We all have good and we all have bad. And we're all walking around right now. And we have to realize that we're all going through good and bad. So let that resonate with just a breath or two. Knowing that it's not a competition of who has more negativity, who has more struggle in their life, who has more loss, who's going through more. It's not a competition. Anything that you're going through is hard. You don't have to feel like yours is less because it's not as, important as what someone else is. It's all heavy. So let's get past that hurdle or that block, okay? And I want you to, we're going to start with something positive. So let's think of something that happened within the last year that is your favorite memory, something that gives you so much joy. I want you to take that feeling into your heart or to your belly. And notice how you feel when you think of that favorite memory. Something that brings you happiness, joy. Something when something is negative that you can focus on this feeling. I want you to associate that with a color. So when you're feeling this feeling, we know mine is purple. And when I'm thinking of this memory, mine's in Iceland, of happiness and joy. I want you to resonate that with your favorite color. I'm going to imagine purple. And I'm going to imagine purple coming off my palms, radiating across my chest and across my belly. Like a healing purple energy. Sending calmness to my body. Notice how you feel in this moment, this happiness moment. Resonating this feeling with this color that you love so much. And we're going to bring those hands back down. And then when it feels heavy, when the week feels heavy, or maybe feeling a heavy moment from this past week, maybe it made you feel anxious, nervous, the fear of the unknown. That feeling of no control. Taking you back to that moment. Fear can cause some uneasy emotions. Being fearful of what's to come, being fearful of the moment, being feared for people that you love. It all feels heavy. I don't want you to be fearful. I want you to move through that emotion. It's important to move through that emotion. It's important not to let it stay in your heart. It's important not to hold that. We don't need to hold that. There's no reason for us to hold that. Fear is not going to change things. Anxiety is not going to change things. What's going to change things is in you if you don't not take so much ownership of it. There's some things that we can't control, and there's some things that we can learn to let go. So what we're going to do is take that fear, that feeling of anxiety, that overwhelming feeling, and we're going to take our hands back to our chest and our belly. And we're going to radiate that favorite color of joy across our chest and across our belly. And sit in that joy. Love and joy always beats fear. Allow that feeling. Feel the fear melt as love and joy. Feel that energy. Circle the uneasiness. And maybe imagine that just enveloping it like a blanket or a hug. Sometimes I like to think of fear as a storm cloud, and my love as a purple energy. And it just wraps around it, carrying away that cloud, that heaviness. You don't have to choose to hold on to it. As you take these last few breaths, maybe feel a little less heavy. Feel that heavy cloud start to move away. If your happy energy didn't move it, maybe a little wind, some rain took it away. It's okay to feel emotion. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel uneasy. But we don't have to stay in it forever. And One more time, one more practice. Our fear, our anxiety, our stress. We can visualize it as a storm cloud sitting in front of us, maybe hovering. These times are unnerving, unsettling. There's a lot of fear, a lot of hate, a lot of misunderstanding. And what we can do is take our love and wrap around that fear, our good energy. I always choose the color purple for mine, maybe an iridescent color. And you can wrap our storm cloud with our healing energy. Imagine it wrapping around and carrying that storm cloud away, relieving you of the burden of carrying it. It doesn't need to follow you. It doesn't need to stay with you. We can choose to be positive, even if it feels heavy. And allow those hands to come back down. Noticing if you feel a little bit lighter throughout this practice. I have one more practice for negativity and heaviness I want to practice today, is I'm going to have you put your arms out front. And what I want you to do is fill your arms and your palms with things that you no longer want to carry, the heavy things. Am I a good enough parent or mom? Am I a good enough wife? Am I a good enough worker? Do people like me? Maybe it's something that you said or something that you felt this week. And if it starts to feel heavy, allow the palms to draw down. Carrying the weight of all those negative mindsets that you've carried. Maybe I snapped at someone that I love that I didn't mean. Maybe that I accused them of something that I just didn't know the context in. Maybe I didn't feel enough empathy. Let those palms go heavy. You're carrying the weight of so much. Each year you carry a little bit more. It feels a little heavier. And when you feel like it's just too heavy, we're going to let it go. Flip the palms. Letting go of that weight. Whatever you're carrying right now, I'm giving you permission to release it. Imagining it just floating out or just dropping off the edge of a mountain into the ocean. Whatever feels good to you. And then we're going to imagine we're sealing it closed. We're going to close those arms. Not allowing those feelings or heaviness to come back. Almost like we're sealing up a package. Once again, you can imagine that favorite color going from elbow to elbow. Letting go of those emotions and feelings. Giving yourself permission to no longer carry that around. You don't have to feel heavy. You don't have to feel overwhelmed. What you do have to feel is forgiveness. No one is perfect. No one has this life right. No matter how much you want to say that you're going to get it right, you're just going to mess up in a different way. It's okay. We're not here to be perfect. And I want you to put your hands, one on the chest, one on the belly, one more time, almost like you're giving yourself a big hug. If you don't get hugs throughout the day, give yourself a nice squeeze. Maybe your only hug today. And we're going to use that word forgiveness this week. Forgiving yourself and forgiving others around you. Doesn't matter if you are right and they're wrong. Doesn't matter what people thought about you. It doesn't matter what they said about you. Doesn't matter if they're wrong about you. You know you're right. That's all that matters. So take a couple breaths. Give yourself a squeeze. Forgiveness and compassion is what we're going to work on this week. And when you're ready, bring yourself back into this space. We're going to bring the hands to heart center. And I want you just to show a little bit more forgiveness and a little bit more compassion this week. And I hope you have a great week. And I will see you next. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you next week. Have a great week. Thank you so much. Bye.